All right, so let's start with the big story that we're tracking on WION at this hour. In an exclusive conversation with WION's Sidhant, Sibal, Dominican Republic's ambassador to the United Nations, José Singer, has hit out at the United Nations Security Council over its silence on COVID-19. Ambassador Singer said that the Security Council cannot remain inactive at this time of crisis. Remember, Ambassador Singer was in fact the president of the UNSC for the month of April, during which the issue of the pandemic was raised at the Council. Now, Ambassador Singer told WION that the discussions at the Security Council had been stalled due to differences over the role of the World Health Organization. Now, the UNSC meet in April had come in the backdrop of a war of words between the United States and China. The US had hit out at the WHO, calling it as China-centric in its operations, while Beijing came to the UN's body support. Ambassador Singer also highlighted India's role in the current world order. He said that New Delhi was the first to respond to the Dominican Republic's request for assistance. And for more on this, we're joined in by WION's Sidhant, who's joining us over the phone line. Good afternoon to you, Sidhant. You have spoken with the ambassador of the Dominican Republic to the United Nations. What exactly did the ambassador have to say?
Well, Mohammed, clearly he emphasized on the struggle he has to face when he was the president of the UNSC. Everyone gets the chance, all the 15 members of the UNSC get a chance to become the president of UNSC, and the president of UNSC for that particular month decides the agenda. And he was the president last month, and we know the struggles he faced. He has first time come out in open to any channel about the struggles he had to face. But what is interesting about it, that he was the person who led to any constructive activities related to the COVID crisis. Under his presidentship, the meeting happened on the 5th of last month, and of course we know there were conversations regarding the COVID crisis. No resolution has come out, but he said clearly that the process is stalled right now. Remember, there's a resolution, joint Franco-Tunisian resolution, which the UNSC could not adopt primarily because of the two members that, of course, no points guessing, is the US and China having a rift over the mentioning of World Health Organization. In what form, we do not know, but mentioning of World Health Organization. We know the ongoing tit for tat between Washington and Beijing over the blame game over WHO's not able to make sure that the world knows about the crisis. We know that there have been laxities by the WHO earlier before this crisis could have been stopped. It was somewhere found missing as well. And interestingly, this is the second time he has spoken to WION. The first time he spoke was last month when he was the president, and that time he was very optimistic about some kind of outcome from the meeting of the UNSC, and hoping that there will be a resolution. There were meetings, there are still meetings going on, but of course he's not sounding very optimistic. He of course also reiterated that members of the UNSC have to act, and UNSC cannot remain silent and inactive towards this grave danger.
Absolutely indeed, Sidhant. And also very quickly on this, a lot of people have criticized the UNSC for not even having passed a resolution in terms of the efforts that could be taken to combat COVID-19. How soon do you think, the different world powers will be able to come together on the same page in at least passing a resolution for COVID-19?
Well, it looks like a long haul because the fact that resolution has been discussed for a pretty long time now, because there were two sets of resolution. First by the elected members, the 10 elected members, which was led by Tunisia, and there were the resolution by the permanent members, which was led by France. Finally, these resolutions came together and formed a joint resolution, the Franco-Tunisian resolution. But there are still problems regarding the adoption because of the mentioning of World Health Organization. And remember, the first case of the COVID crisis was found in China, we all know, in December of last year. And it has been months since any action can take place. The only action could take place only was last month under the presidency of Dominican Republic, after months and months of talks which happened obviously not in the public glare. And finally, when all these members sat down, they can only speak for a few minutes. They can only come up with a press release in which
Right.
they said they will have more talks to come with more talks. That is the thing which is happening right now.
All right, we'll have to leave there. Thank you very much indeed, Sidhant, Sibal, for joining us and getting us all those updates in terms of how the UNSC at this point of time, despite the fact that this is such a huge health crisis, is still not even able to pass a resolution on COVID-19.